This is a Lunar Quasar 462, just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake will take you through in person here on site. In the front locker, you've got your gas regulator on the bulkhead and your 2 gas bottles tied down to the front. You can carry a maximum of 2 6-kilogram propane gas bottles at any time on board the caravan. Coming down the side of the van, you've got your wind down leg on either side of the front to stabilise the caravan while it's on site. You would never lift the caravan with these legs as it could potentially damage the floor of the van. You've then got your heating and hot water flue that you need to remove anytime you run the heating or hot water on gas, and it will not ignite if you leave the cover on, so you do need to make sure it is off before you ignite anything. You've then got your water pump connection. Push down the blue trigger on top and pull it back to release, and push down the trigger and push it in to let the pump run, and the pickup pipe itself will drop down inside the acque roll as you've done previously. You've then got your battery locker and your mains power lead going to the side of the caravan, and behind the mains power lead you've also got your motor mover power switch. Then got your 2 fridge vents on the side of the caravan. 2 fridge vents are simply there to allow the hot air out the back of the fridge system and to take some cool air in, so it cools the back of the fridge, and behind one of them there's also a gas flue. We'll demonstrate the motor mover while you're here on site, and we'll also torque the wheel nuts to the correct setting so you can see they've been tightened to the correct manufacturer's setting. On the side of the caravan you'll have your 2 grey waste pipes. So at the front you've got your fresh water that goes in, but then your wastewater has to come out somewhere. And at the side of the van down here you'll see 2 larger diameter holes where you put your 2 bits of grey pipe into, and they'll drop down inside your waste master. At the back of the van here you have your toilet flush tank. You'll open this up and you'll put 3.5 litres of water in here and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to using the toilet. In the bottom you have your toilet waste cassette. You'll pull up the orange handle to release it. On top here you have an orange neck that turns out so you can tip the waste away. The grey cap is a measure for your pink and your blue fluid. And on the back of the cassette you've got an orange pressure relief button, so when you tip the waste away it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. Before you use that cassette you'll need to put 1 litre of water in there and a cap full of the blue fluid. The back of the van, again, as you can see, you've got your 2 wind down legs to stabilise the van while it's on site. Again, you'd never lift the caravan with these legs. Coming down the door side towards the front of the caravan, you've got a storage locker underneath the front seating area. You've got your barbecue gas point, and you've got your wind down leg for the front left hand side of the caravan. Going inside the caravan now. On the left hand side, as you walk in the door, you've got your main control panel for the caravan. So you've got your master power switch, which you need to make sure it is turned on when you're on site, whether you're on gas or mains. You've got your awning light for the outside of the caravan. You've got your voltmeter for the battery on board the caravan, so it gives you the correct battery voltage. Bottom left hand side, you've got your interior lights. And then you've got your water pump switch here to run the water system. The first thing you're going to do is, once you connected it up to power, or once you've got your gas turned on, is to bleed the water system, or to fill the water system up. So you're going to come over to every tap on board the caravan and open them all up on the hot side of the water system, as you can see here. I'm actually going to shut that tap off, but you'd normally leave all the taps open at this point. You're then going to come underneath the seat on the front right hand side of the caravan, and you will find a yellow drain down valve. That yellow drain down valve needs to be parallel with the floor as it is at the moment for the water system to be filled. If that valve was upright and pointing towards the bottom of the seat, it would drain all of the water back out of the system on board the caravan. So like I said, flat with the floor prior to filling the water system up. Once that water system is full, you'll have water running continuously out of every tap on board the caravan. You then turn off all the taps and then refill your acque roll, so you have a full 40 litres of water in the system. At that point then, you can start thinking about warming the water on board the caravan. So what you'll find is, just down here to the right of the consumer unit, which is in the same cupboard as the drain down valve on the front right hand side of the caravan, you will find your electric water heating switch. So you'll need to have this switch in the down position so the water warms up on electric. If this switch is up, you'll have no electric water heating. The switch below is for the power to go to the heater itself. So again, if you want to use the heating on board the caravan, you will need to make sure this is turned on. So you can actually use the actual heater, so not the water heater, the actual heating for the caravan itself. What you can do at that point is, once you've, if you don't want to use the gas, is come over to the control panel on the right hand side of the caravan, and you will see that you have another control panel up here, which is called the Ultra Store. You will turn the outer grey dial to the flame symbol on the bottom right hand side here, and that will allow the water heater to ignite on gas. In a moment you'll see a red light appear behind here, which is the fail light. That indicates that it has not ignited on gas. The only reason it's done that for at the moment is because we have no gas bottle on board the caravan. However, if you're on site and it had ignited, you can then control the water temperature between 30 and 70 degrees of water temperature. I'm just going to turn that back off for now. But what we also advise is, if you're going to shower on board the caravan, we advise you use the gas to boost the water system for when you are showering. Below that, you have your ultra heat power switch, which is for your electric heating on board the caravan, so your actual warmth inside the van. Again, you've got a grey dial here on the outside that spins round, and you've got the option of 500, 1000 or 2000 watts down the side. Depending on what caravan site you're on will depend on what you set this power supply to. If you ask at the site office when you arrive on your holiday, they should be able to advise you of what to set the heating up as. Here on site, for instance, we can run a maximum of 500 watts. The green light comes on to indicate the heater is working, and then you've got 1 to 9 on your temperature setting. So it is temperature setting between 1 and 9, and that is essentially the amount of elements in the heater it will warm up. If you have it on the maximum 9, it will obviously warm up a lot more than if it is on the 1. You can also run the heating on gas, or as a combination with the gas and electric at the same time. To do this, you'll essentially come over to the heater itself, spin the dial around on top of the heater between 10 and 9, hold down the gas valve, and then when it ignites, you'll have a pilot light in this window down the front of the heater. Once it has ignited, you'll continue to hold down the gas valve for a further 5 to 10 seconds, then slowly release the valve. You'll then be able to control the temperature on this dial on top. To turn the gas supply back off to the heater, you'll turn it to the off position just here. On the left hand side of the heater, you'll actually see that you've got your blown air control. So you've got your fan speed for the blown air heating on top here. The dot in the centre indicates the heat is going to come out the front of the heater. The wave symbol on the left hand side here is your continuous blown air. So essentially what that means is the heat will come out the vents around the caravan. If you have it on the A, on the right hand side here, it is automatic blown air, and essentially then if you have it on an automatic blown air, the thermostat on board the caravan will control the temperature of the heater, or can control the fan heater coming on and off. Like I said, dot in the centre, the heat will come straight out the front. Next up we have the fridge. The fridge again is very simple to use. You hit the power button just here. The fridge will go on to gas on the first instance. Again, it will fail in a moment, and if it does fail to ignite, the blue light here will flash, and you'll have a spanner symbol and a 9 here that indicates it has failed to ignite. If the blue light stays on, it means it has stayed ignited on gas. You can control the fridge temperature with the button on the right hand side. Next up is the 240 volt mode. Now the blue light will also indicate that it is working on 240 volt mode, and again you'll be able to control the temperature of the fridge on the button on the right hand side. You've also then got your auto mode. So essentially, as you can see, it just flicked itself straight back there to 240 volt mode. If you wanted to use that, you can use that as an option, and it will select the power source that is available. The battery option just here is the 12 volt supply from the car you are towing with, not the 12 volt supply on board the caravan. So once you connect it to your car, you can have the main control panel turned off by the door, and then you can select the battery mode. And essentially, as you're towing the caravan to site, it will chill the fridge, and that will mean the wine is nice and cold when you arrive on site. To turn the fridge off, you'll press and hold the power button and it will turn the fridge back off. Microwave, hob, grill and oven, all work very much the same as your household appliances, no difference at all there, with your igniter on the front as you'd expect to see. In the bathroom, you have your toilet flush on top of the toilet, just here. You have your toilet full indicator light, which illuminates red when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. The toilet seat itself turns for your convenience, as you can see. However, when you're removing the toilet waste cassette from underneath the caravan, you do need to make sure the toilet's in the straight on position with the back of the toilet itself. Below the toilet, you have your grey waste handle. You can push the grey waste handle open to allow the waste into the cassette and have it shut when you're not using the loo. You do also need to make sure that grey waste handle is back in the central position when you are trying to move the toilet waste cassette from underneath the caravan, as if it is open, it will lock the cassette in place. So that is the Lunar Quasar 462. If you have any further questions on the caravan, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company and we'd be more than happy to help. We appreciate your business and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon. Thank you for now. Bye bye.